Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft, the first draft of a brand new format, Aetherdrift. So let's dive in to today's Pack 1 Pick 1 and see what we've got here. Looking at the commons, what do we have? Nimble Thopterus seems like a decent one. I do love Lean and Surveyor. I don't know how much I'm going to want to be playing red-white over and over and over and over again this format, as good as I think it will be. Possession Engine, 5 mana 5/5. When it enters, gain control of target creature for as long as you control this, and that can't attack or block as long as you control this, but you can use Decrew, and you do get its static abilities. So that's pretty interesting. Slick Imitator back on track. I think Leon and Surveyor is probably the right pick here, but it's day one. You got to take the rare, right? I mean, I'm here to waste my gems so you don't have to. That's what we say. So I think Leon and Surveyor is the correct pick. I think Possession Engine is the fun pick, which is why I'm going to take the Possession Engine. It might actually be better than the Surveyor. I just think the Surveyor is a really, really good card. Here's another Thopterist, a Haunted Hellride, 3 mana 3/3. Whenever you attack, a creature you control gets +1/+0 and Death Touch until end of turn, and untap it. That's pretty good, but we don't necessarily have to commit to black just yet. When there is a Nimble Thopterus here, it's a 4 mana 3/2 ETBs make a Thopter. That seems just pretty good. Also Spectral Interference. I think this card's going to also be quite good. These are my early picks for contenders for Blue's best common here. What else do we have? Gilded Goda is kind of interesting. 2 mana 2/2 attacks make a treasure if it's saddled. Magmakin Artillerist for the cycling deck that I think is going to be horrible. Yeah, pretty easy Nimble Thopterist to start here. And, you know, I think, like I said, Blue-Red's going to be horrible. This is a Lightning Strike. Let's see if there's anything else that can kind of turn me off of Lightning Strike here. Sky Streak Engineer, 2 mana 1/3 flyer, 5 mana, put 2 counters on it. It's not near as good as Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike is by far and away the best card in this pack. I really don't think Blue-Red is going to be good. I think it's going to be one of the worst archetypes, not only in this set, but that we've seen in a while. Not to say we have to be Blue-Red if we take this Lightning Strike, but what am I missing out on? Is Sky Streak Engineer? Probably not much. So I'll spec on the Lightning Strike here and see where that takes me. Now we're back on the blue train here. Spike Shell Harrier, the blue shell from Mario Kart. 5 mana 4/4. When it enters, return target creature or vehicle an opponent controls to its owner's hand. And then if their speed is greater than yours, you reduce it by 1. It's a 5 mana 4/4 that bounces a thing. I mean, that's already pretty good. And then the speed thing is just fine. Whatever, it's an extra bonus. There's a run over. Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Scurry Foot something or other where it makes an elephant. I do like that one. Yeah, let's take the Harrier pretty easily here, though. Alright, what else do we have? 2 mana 3/1 when it saddles or mounts. Gains flying. This is an additional cost to cast it. You sack it. Sack something to kill something. If it was a vehicle, you draw a card. Interface Ace could be interesting with something like Possession Engine already. There is a Gear Seeker Serpent, which I don't think is very good. It's a 7 mana 5/6 Affinity, which we do have, you know, 3 artifacts already. Maybe I'll take it because I don't really see anything else here that is calling me in a particular direction. I mean, maybe the Interface Ace if we go blue-white, but I'll just stay blue here. I'm not thrilled with the Serpent, but I'll take it. Midnight Mangler, 2 mana 3/3. This is their take on that Defender kind of card each set. So it's not a creature on your turn, but on their turn it is a creature, which kind of gives it, you know, a little bit of Defender, but you do have to crew it if you want to attack with it. There is a Spin Out, seems fine. A Dismal Backwater as well. So this is just Power Corrupt Murder. I think I'll take it. There's also the Goblin Surveyor. This Lightning Strike, I'm so disincentivized to go during the blue-red path. But blue-black seems like a good deck to me. So let's take this spin out and see if blue-black does end up being open enough. There's another Serpent, 2 mana, 1/1 counter, and Death Touch, and indestructible till end of turn. But there is a run over a Venom Sac Lagak here. And then I don't think Point the Way is very good. I think Run Over is the best card in this pack. So I'm going to take it. See where we need to go from here. 2 mana, 1/2 flying. And whenever you discard one or more cards, put that many counters on this thing. Are you really going to push me into blue-red on the first draft of the format here? 3 mana, 2/3 vigilance, exhaust, draw a card, then discard a card, put a counter on it. That seems okay. There's also a Tranquil Cove. I think I'm just going to stay blue with the Buccaneer here. Yeah, we'll just stay blue. And we've got options to be basically blue anything, including blue-red if we see some busted cards for it, but not my first choice here. So 4 mana, 4/3, you can cast it from your graveyard by paying 2 life, sacking an artifact, in addition to paying 4 mana. No thank you. Which one is this one? 2 mana, 1/3, start your engines, you can sack it to copy a spell you control. That seems fine. I hope we're most likely to be blue-black at this point, although here's Spectral Interference. The, what's it called? The blue-black uncommon doesn't seem to have wheeled, which I didn't expect it to, but would have been super nice if we could just, you know, be right into it. But blue seems open, so I just don't think black seems open. So we'll just keep taking all these blue cards. Got a couple of engineers late here. And blue-green is still open. We could be blue-white. We got a lot of artifacts. Yeah, so we've got options. The Raceway, I actually think this card is pretty good in the right deck. If you're really getting to max speed pretty quickly, I think the Raceway is going to do some good work. And then Spell Pierce, no thanks. Loot the Pathfinder. That's something we could be doing. What else do we have here? Engineer's the only other blue card. There's 2 rares. Ovia, Automech, Artisan, I don't think is very good. Risen Necrogent seems pretty good for blue-black. 5 mana, 5/4. Max speed to make a 2/2 on your end step. But I think we have to try to make loot work, right? We could be like blue-green, splashing red a little bit for Lightning Strike and loot here. Okay, okay. Loot is really good. It has 3 exhaust abilities to cast 3 of the OG Lightning Strike, Ancestral Recall, or Giant Growth. Oh no, not Giant Growth. Black Lotus, actually. Haunt the Network, Nimblethopterist. Some good cards here. What is this one? Sack another artifact. Okay, so that's like Birthing Pod for artifacts. No thanks. There is a Thornwood Falls for fixing. That would be nice. Do I want to take that over a Nimblethopterist here? I think I'm probably cutting out black at this point. I do like the Thornwood Falls. I also love the Haunt the Network, but I think loot is better. So let's take the Thopterist. If this card would have been something slightly less good, I think I would have taken the land there. Here's a spot I could take a land. Let's see what else we have. Winter Cursed Rider. Seems pretty good for blue-black. I don't think we're doing that today. Guidelight Optimizer. Add a mana only to activate an ability or cast an artifact spell. Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy Swiftwater Cliffs for us here to help with our fixing. So we know we're blue. We could just be like mainly blue, splashing a couple of red and or a couple of green cards, depending on what comes here. Don't hate the spot, but loot is a very, very good card. Another Haunt the Network. You hate to see it. Crash and Burn seems fine. There's also a Willow Rush Verge here. Crash and Burn's 4 mana to kill a vehicle or basically kill a creature. I don't mind the Verge land, though. Because I don't know exactly what my second kind of quote-unquote base color is going to be. Definitely could. If I didn't open loot there, I would have taken that Haunt the Network. And then pick 4 just now would have taken the other one. And I would have been pretty locked in a blue-black. But loot does some crazy things. Diversion unit seems okay. 2 mana, 2/1 flying artifact. You could sack it to basically like... What is that? Memory lapse? No, that goes on top of that. I forget what card that is. It's almost like Spell Pierce. Optimizer and another Spectral Interference, a Pothole Mole. I don't think I need. I don't mind the Diversion unit. Seems pretty good. It's a nice little aggressive creature too. I'd probably play another Interference, but let's take the Diversion unit here. Another Haunt the Network. My goodness. Okay. There's a Trip Up. Kind of puts something on the top of the bottom of their library. It's the variant of that, this format. Stall out, no thank you. There is a Night Market, though. Enters tap, choose a color. Cycling 3. Someone is getting hooked up with all of these Haunt the Networks here. Green cards aren't calling to me necessarily. I don't know if Hull Drifter is very good. My guess is no. Guidelight Optimizer. I mean, it's another artifact that can just cast an artifact spell. Gets our curve a little lower, which our curve is already fine. I just don't think Hull Drifter is very good. Okay, another Spectral Interference. Wow, that is a late Leonin Surveyor, Apocalypse Runner, and Crash and Burn. But okay, I guess I'll take the Interference here. 2 mana, 2/2, first strike on your turn, start your engines, and a little max speed bonus. It's really good. Okay, Sky Streak Engineer. Sure. So we're just like taking all of the... Ooh, Thornwood Falls. We got it back anyway. Taking all of the blue cards and have a loot. And like maybe a Lightning Strike. That's pretty much all that's happened. Blue is like wide open this first draft. So I'll take the Optimizer again. Oh my gosh, Haunt the Network. Wield. Another Spectral Interference. And Stall out's bad. Okay, is no one in blue-black either? Got a Gonti here. I don't think we're taking Gonti, though. We are teamered today. Here is another Scrounging Skyray. I don't think we're doing that thing as much. Adrenaline Jockey. We might actually be casting on our opponent's turn with 3 interferences here. I'm looking at the Broadside Barrage, though. 3 mana, deal 5, draw a card, discard a card, and we have some fixing already. Seems good to me. It's about the only good card except for Gonti in this pack that I saw. Another Harrier. I'm going to reserve that for a moment. Another Serpent. And a Hull Drifter. I do like Wreckage Wickerfolk, not for us though. 2 mana, 1/3 flyer, ETB, Surveil 2 is also an artifact. There's the Serpent, Artillerist, pretty easy Harrier for us here. And yeah, I mean, we're going to find out if blue's any good today because that's what we're playing. 14 creatures. We could play Run Over. I mean, it's kind of a splash right now. Alright, Roadside Blowout. What does this do? 3 mana, sorcery, bounce a creature or vehicle, draw a card, and it costs 1 if you target something with mana value 1. That seems good to me. Yeah, pretty easy Roadside Blowout here. I mean, we are just continuing to take the blue cards. I mean... Seems wide open. I don't like blue as much as a color so far from what I've seen in the set. This is my first draft for those of you that have just come across this video. I'll take the Broadside Barrage here as well. There's another Serpent. Celebrations. Yeah. big old monstrous ooze Terrian here, but we'll take the barrage. And looky here, we're kind of blue-red. Though, blue-red is supposed to be the cycling, discarding a card kind of deck in this format, but we're not really doing much of that. I'll take another Thopterist, though. There's a Crash and Burn. I mean, we've got 3 interferences that are probably going to have to do the work of countering things. Because we don't have a ton of removal. Do we have 2 barrages, though? I think the Thopterist seems really good. I think the Serpent's going to make the cut. I mean, we have 6 artifacts, including 3 Thopterists that make artifacts. Maybe we can grab 1 or 2 more here. Currently 3 lands, so I got a couple cuts I need to make, but that's okay. Probably looking at the run over. I don't think we need it on a splash as much. Optimizers aren't great, but I mean, you know, they're cheap creatures that can ensure we don't die to red-white, because that is something I'm worried about in this format quite a bit, must admit here. Not the right land for us, but there is another Slick Imitator. Guidelight Optimizer as well. Thunderhead Gunner. There is a Ticket Tortoise. Is this a deck for a Ticket Tortoise over an Imitator? Honestly, it might be. 2 mana 3/1 Defender. When it enters, if they have more lands, you make a treasure. I mean, sure, I guess. Ooh, this is interesting. So 4 mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance. And then whenever 1 or more creatures attack you, those creatures get -1/-0 until end of turn, which is a pretty annoying effect. And then 7 mana, put 3 counters on it. There's also another interference, which I probably would play, but let's give this strategist a shot. I don't know if this card's going to be any good with cards like Grim Bauble in the format, but let's give it a try. Ooh, what's this one? 3 mana 3/5 Vigilance. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, make a Thopter. Crew 1. We do have 3 engineers here. Let's give it a shot. I don't think we need the bounce off necessarily. Okay, now we have 4 engineers if we want them. Jungle Hollow, not the right land. We didn't see the right lands this pack, but I think we should be okay on the lands. Another Serpent, sure, whatever. I think I'll take the run over out. I mean, the optimizers are good if we run these Serpents, but I don't know if I will. I'm not playing anything here. Another Serpent. I don't need 3 of these, I'm pretty sure. Ironclad. And the last pick, Imitator. Okay. Alright, time for the difficulty of building decks on day 1 of the format here. It's always a struggle. So we kind of have this artifact package with the Serpents here. I like everything here. The Buccaneer is fine. The Tortoise is fine. I like the interferences. Blowout's good. Barrage is good. I'd like to try out this Ether Hive with... What do we have? Potentially as many as like 5 or 6 exhaust abilities? I need to cut 7 cards? I think these optimizers aren't good enough with 3 engineers as well. The Tortoise seems okay, because we're probably a little bit more defensive in late game in this deck. I could probably run maybe 2 Serpents, but now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 artifacts. Yeah. 6 plus the 3 Thopterists here. I don't think the Imitator is very good. I mean, what are we copying? Maybe a Harrier? We're not really getting to max... I guess we could be getting to max speed with these engineers here. 2 mana, 1/3 flyers. But we need to start our engines somehow as well, which we have literally one way to do in the whole deck, which is the Imitator. So, yeah, that's not going to be good enough. I think this seems fine. Is the Ether Hive good enough to try? I mean, we've got 5 exhaust abilities here. No, 6. No, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think it might be. Let's give it a shot. I could probably do 1 Serpent and then maybe 1 Interference here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards with 1, 2, 6 red sources, as well as 2 green cards. I could probably get away with 4 green sources here. Got the Falls, the Verge, the Market, and the Forest. And I need, this would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blue sources. I could potentially get away with 11 and 2 here. That seems okay. Like, these are all blue sources down here, plus 7. Yeah. Let's try this. I don't particularly like the deck, but you know what? It seems like it's doing Aetherdrift kind of things. I mean, we're not really working on the max speed, but we've got artifacts galore in a blue deck here today, so I'm going to give this one a shot. And I'll see you in our first ever Aetherdrift game. Alright, we are on the draw, which means the Ticket Tortoise could actually be pretty good. We can play Interference on 2. God, really? Okay, this is how we're going to start this format? We're going to start this format going against probably red-white, which is probably... Okay, green-white, which is also going to be a great deck. Basri Tomorrow's Champion, 2 mana, 2/1. That can do... into Lagoran. Okay, so we're gonna lose game 1. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, these cards are both insane. So when it attacks while saddled, put a counter on 2 target mounts or vehicles. So now they're gonna play a 3 mana mount, saddle it, and then put a counter on 2 things. Oh my goodness. I mean, you could just exert this thing over and over and make 1/1s. Should we just pack it up and go to game 2? Oh boy. And now they get to exert the Basri, make a 1/1 with lifelink, and away we go. Into game 2, more than likely. I guess if I really, really need to counter something this turn, I can. I'm probably using the Harrier to bounce the Lagoran here, because this thing is already a 3/3, and it's going to be more next turn. Alright, combat trick, here we come. There you go. Oh boy. Okay. I guess I can Harrier the Lagoran here now. But then I would love to be able to counter it on the way back down. It's just... it's not really going to work. Alright, go ahead. Their speed was reduced. Funny enough, I think these are all of my non-island lands in the entire deck. No, there's one more mountain in there. 2 forests, 4 mountains, and everything else is an island. Alright, if the Harrier dies, then not going to be good for us. Okay, another combat trick, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to block. Okay, we traded it off here. Here comes Legorin, I'm sure. There we go. Yeah, I have, what, 13 blue sources in this deck, and I just haven't drawn them here. Sure, I guess we'll do this. That at least potentially holds back Legorin, because I could trade with Engineer and a Thopter. I don't know how we're winning this game, though. Maybe eventually we get a Gear Seeker Serpent down or something? I have no idea. 4/4 Vigilance attacks while saddled is a 6/6. Okay, alright, that's not horrible. So let's play the Ether Hive and then hold up Interference, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this thing's going to be bashing us as a 6/6. I don't really know what to do about that. I mean, I guess I double block with Ether Hive and Thopterist, and if they kill it, if they have a trick or something, then that's obviously horrible for me, but I mean, I can't just take 6 over and over again. Okay. I can counter a 3-drop here. Trample, Reach. Next turn, put 3 counters on it. Sure, I guess I'll counter that. Okay, we're stabilizing a little bit, but I mean, we still need a lot of help here. I guess I should have exhausted that turn. Like on my own turn, just in case they drew instant speed removal in response here. Because I'm going to do it on their end step. Okay. Do I want to exhaust, or would I rather play the Thopterist? Our vehicle's already dead, so we don't care about saving our exhausts anymore. The most mana-efficient thing to do is just do this, so I think that's all I'm going to do here. I guess we could start attacking with this one, though. I mean, I guess I could have attacked with the Thopter as well. That is going to be an issue. 5-mana 5/5 attacks while saddled make a 3/3. Not the greatest of top decks here. Do I want to be attacking here now? I mean, how do we win this game? We just win by attacking in the air, I guess? Like, if I attack with all 3 of these, this is 7 power, and then I play this, I have to take potentially a lot, but these have lifelink. I can't just sit back and do nothing, right? I mean, what if I block with, like, this, 2 of these on this 5/5 here? Or, like, block with an engineer and a thopterist on the 5/5. They kill the engineer. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't just, like, sit back and do nothing forever. Okay, interference getting pretty bad here. I mean, I guess the Vanguard, it lets me counter. Okay, I actually got to hit something with it, so that's not too bad. Or maybe they play around it? I doubt they play around it. That would be crazy. Okay, saddle 5, make a 3/3. I will trade it off with the engineer here. And then we actually do get to counter it. That's a whiff. Alright, let's attack here, I guess. Hold back the 3/5. That holds back most of their team, I guess. How many Hazards of the Dunes do you have? Does it have reach? Of course it does. Okay, just play that, I guess. We got close here. This card usually isn't very good, but when the board is stalled like this, I mean, it's going to do some work. That's a card that also has reach. Yeah, they're just top decking better creatures than we are. Which is fair because their deck is probably full of better creatures than we have. So and I think at this point we are probably lost here. So it's a 7/7 trample and a 6/6. So 7/7, that would be this, this, and this, and then 5, 6, 7. The 1/1 still lives, I guess. Assuming they don't have anything that they top decked. I hate losing this thing, but I mean, I don't have much else going for me. There's the train. Yeah, who knew? Just a deck full of big old creatures. Just gonna be good. Our creatures are just too small for theirs. They're nice value creatures, but just too small, unfortunately. I don't know what I could draw. I mean, loot, maybe? Diversion unit is not it. Alright, well. See what we can do in game 2. Alright, we're up first here, and hand seems fine. Got Barrage, Thopterist, a 2-mana play. I think I'll play the Engineer and then hold up Barrage and Interference next turn, more than likely. Okay, Gilded Goda. I guess I could play an Engineer, which would hold this thing back if they try to saddle and attack with it. I don't really want to be using Barrage on that. Let's go ahead and play another Engineer and then threaten to block here so they can't really saddle and attack. And then next turn I can start hitting 4-drops here. Yeah, no lands, so go ahead. Guess I'll just hold up Interference and Barrage. Okay, so they've got a combat trick here. Once I double block, it looks like they're thinking about saddling. See if they do it. Then I could just broadside Barrage in response to some sort of trick. Ooze Patrol. Enters mill 2 cards, put a counter on it for each artifact and or creature in your graveyard, which is currently 1. It's going to be at least a 3/3, probably. Could be a 5/5. Sure, I'll let that resolve here. Okay, so it is a 5/5, so I'll use the Barrage here now. Okay, drew the land, so what do I get rid of now? Probably Diversion Unit. That doesn't seem great on this battlefield. Ooh, Lightning Strike, pretty good. If I play Thopterist, I tap out, which I don't like. So I'm just going to hold up Interference, Barrage, and Lightning Strike here. Alright, engines have been started. It's a good one. That means one of these dies here. And if they go to saddle, I think I'll strike the Goda down. Because clearly they could just start making a bunch of treasures here. Okay, now I can hold up Interference and Barrage. And Exhaust if I need to. So let's hold up each of these things. Their priority could just be this activation here. Sack it to deal 2 damage to each player without max speed. Sure. Another Oblivion. Can't get it back with this. The artifact, creature, or land. They got a land. Another Ooze Patrol. Yeah, that one's going to be too big. I don't think I can let you have that one. Do I want to exhaust or play a Thopterus? Like I said last time, I think exhausting, well, I know exhausting is more mana efficient than playing. If I draw a land next turn, I could do Thopterus and Barrage while exhausting right now, so... But they're max speed. How much do I care about them getting to max speed here? It's an interesting decision deciding when to attack your opponents and stuff based on start your engines. I can attack and trade, but I think trading 3 damage for 2 plus a speed is probably not worth it. So if I just do this now, I hope they don't have removal on their turn. Alright, no attacks. I'll hold up Exhaust and Barrage then. Okay, alright, let's see if they've got something to interact with this. And they don't. One turn too late for the Aether Hive, unfortunately. Yeah, playing this plus holding up Barrage seems okay here. I feel like I have to be so defensive against a deck that cares about max speed like red-white, or red-green. They have an artifact removal, I guess. Yeah, a rare one. Sure. It's a pretty good card. It's actually really good in this set against all these vehicles. Okay, we'll each take 2 damage, sure. Makes sense, so you can get your speed up. Night Market. I think I'm just going to play Thopterist, and actually I will attack here. They don't have an instant right now, so I could play Thopterist, hold the Night Market. And then potentially either discard it or cycle it later. I don't think I need an extra land here. There's a 7/7. So I know it has reach. I'm going to do this in like before they go to blockers here. I just want to see if they got priority before I cast the Barrage here. So I do that and discard probably Mountain. I think all I have is Loot and then the Aether Hive. If I keep 2 forests, I could play Loot and also use its green ability, so... Okay, I guess I was taking too long. Sorry about that. I didn't really have anything in hand. So, we'll take those, I guess. Starting on the draw here, but the hand seems pretty alright. I mean, it's a little awkward with the tap lands. But we've got Engineer on 2, and then hope we get one more untapped land to hold up Barrage while we play a tapped land? Maybe? Okay. So we did kind of get it here. So we'll do this, play Engineer. Next turn we could play Island, hold up Barrage, and then the following turn play Night Market. And then we have several 5-drops here. Do I need to hold up the Barrage particularly? Now that I drew a 4-drop? What do I want Night Market on as well? Probably red. Because I have 2 blue already here. So let's put this on red. And then I don't know the format well enough to know if there's some sort of instant speed reach creature. Trip Up. That's a weird card to have cycling on it, because this is usually the card you don't want to be cycling. I guess they cycled because they were going to miss a land here, which makes sense. So we'll just play this strategist here now, and then hope to find one more land, and then we'll kind of be off and running. There we go. I don't really want to be using either of these things on this. I could just play Loot. I don't like playing Loot and not having the exhaust ability up immediately, but like, I don't really have any other good plays. I could exhaust the Engineer, but Loot's got Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste, so sure. Let's just do that. And now, if they use resources getting rid of Loot, I still have so much action in my hand, and it looks like they were a little bit mana screwed, but I had a great curve there. So, GG. Alright, on the play this time, and we've actually got a couple flyers here, so probably lead on Diversion Unit here. And next turn we play Engineer, and if they play some sort of crazy instant or sorcery, I mean, I can counter it, but like, I don't anticipate needing to do that. That's a good card. So when attacks, make a treasure, and then exhaust to put a counter on it and make it a creature indefinitely. Yeah, I don't really have anything I can do about that, so next turn they just get to make treasures and exhaust it. But, I mean, I could double block, but both these creatures would die, so I'm assuming they're just gonna exhaust the boost buggy and make my life difficult. No? Okay, make it 3/3. And crew. Either way. Speed at 2. Don't like it. Alright. Nothing else to do with this. And let's race the speed deck, I guess. The Thopterus can block this thing. Can block either of these things. Okay, that attacks me as a 6/6 here. Okay, so next turn they play a creature and exhaust and saddle. And I take 10. What if I did this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go to 10. This doesn't seem good enough. I mean, I'm taking 6 almost no matter what. So let's do this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a 2-turn clock here if we want to just be chumping. Gilded Goda, that axe. That's what I said. Play the creature, exhaust, saddle, attack for 10. So I'm probably just going to block the 4/3 here. No? No exhaust? Sure, take 6, I guess. No max speed bonuses on the battlefield yet. Roadside Blowout. It's pretty good against the Jaguar. conversely, if I play the Thopterus, I just win next turn. Right? What do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They go to 7 next turn. I have to exhaust this to win next turn. So let's just play another Thopterist here. I guess this is a max speed bonus payoff here. Alright, making bunches of treasures. Taking 8 right now. I worry about some sort of combat trick just destroying me here. So I could do this. Okay, go to 6. You have max speed. Okay, if I go for it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I go for it, and they have the removal, then I lose. Oh, this is a really tough spot to be in. Let me start with this. It means I can't win this turn, but it means I probably really can't lose. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay. I'm gonna hold back one thing here. Because then they would need removal and combat trick. Gosh, this is a tough spot. So 2, 3, 4, go to 3, still die a lot next turn. I'm just really hoping they don't have that like plus X plus O and first strike card. So this means I die to removal plus that card, which have to be like these exact 2 of these exact 3 cards right here. I don't think I need to overcommit. Because I think I've got it next turn regardless here. I mean, I could have won that turn. It's just really risky. If I go for it and they have removal, like a lightning strike in hand, I'd lose the game on the spot. That all seems fine here. And there we go. All right, played it conservatively and got the win. Alright, we're up first again. Yeah, this is going to have to tap for red, and I'll probably start by doing that. Next turn, play an island, play engineer. Following turn, play Thornwood Falls, I guess. Hold up interference, and then off we go. Yeah, now we don't need any more lands. I'm good on that. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I would have to get rid of it anyway because. Okay, I don't I don't need any more, please. No, please. Okay. I mean, I guess we do this. A loot, loot would be an insane top deck because I could play loot, attack for 4, and draw 3 cards. That would be pretty good. Do they have like that sack an artifact to kill a creature card? No, just a goblin surveyor. Alright, I guess we'll do this and hold up interference here. Keep back the Harrier, I guess. Alright, sorry about that. My recording application likes to just sometimes be like, no, I'm done. I don't want to be recording anymore right now. But it's okay. You didn't miss anything. We drew like 12 lands and lost to red-black aggro. It was basically nothing. So we get to start this game with a mulligan here and keep 6. Probably get rid of an engineer, I guess? Yeah, it's tough to see exactly what to get rid of, but alright, gotta love it. Starting with a 1-drop. Welcome to the speed set. I'll try to do better about making sure that I am not over-recording with my time and stuff, so that it doesn't cut off like that in the future. But like I said, you really didn't miss much. A lightning strike. That's pretty good here. Okay. Nothing? Sure. Strategist. Okay, so we've got an option. They missed a land here, so we've got an option to hold up interference and strike, or play Thopterist, or play Strategist. It's not great if I play Strategist, they untap, play a red, and strike it or something. It's not horrible, though, because I could still block with Engineer, so let's try to get this thing down. See if they hit their land. Looks like they didn't. That's a rare. What does this do? When it attacks while saddled, put a counter on it. That can't be correct, right? Sack it. Creatures with counters gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. So what am I missing here? First strike. You're gonna untap and play a land and kill it or something? Sure. No, just a little punt. That's fine. Play a forest. I'd like to be able to hold up lightning strike for the bulwark ox here. So I'll hold up strike interference, and then whichever one I don't have to use, if I don't have to use one, I could play Thopterist and do the other one next turn. So I'm gonna strike the ox. I could probably do it pre-combat, just so they don't have some sort of trick. Let's just make sure this thing dies here. I mean, they could have some sort of indestructible trick or something. I don't feel like... There you go. There's the mountain. I'm sure Strategist is going to go down here shortly. Yeah, that card's really good. So I'm just going to say no. Okay. once again, play the creature or use more mana. I think I'm just going to use more mana here. The 3/5 is going to be hard for red-white to get rid of without like the white enchantment-based removal, I suppose. Probably they want to get rid of the strategist first anyway. Ranger's Aether Hive. Always one turn too late, huh? Okay, well, I guess I'm just attacking. Okay, down goes Engineer. Interesting to wait till after combat, but we'll take it. Oh, that's right. This does have exhaust. I forgot about that. Are they thinking it has flying? It looks like it has flying. It does not, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think it's worth risking it. They've got some sort of instant here. I mean, if they got Lightning Strike, I could have, you know, activated that and had it killed. And they did have Lightning Strike, so I'm glad I didn't do it. And pending a board wipe, we should probably be okay. Okay, so it gives that lifelink and indestructible. That's fine. No, there's no need to risk anything here. Yep, that's why. I guess I could have blocked with the Aether Hive, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, you go to 4. I'd start drawing all my lands here now. And yeah, let's just start attacking with this thing too. Wait, did I just miss lethal? Yeah, I did. I had the 1/1. I mean, I thought they had a 2. Yeah, that was just... I had lethal, but hopefully it doesn't come back to matter here. That should be fine. And there we go. Alright, we did get it. Gotta play a little tighter. Alright, starting on the draw, but we've got a bunch of 2s, so sure. There's a great 1-drop. I guess we could technically bounce it right now, but what does it do? So, remove 2 counters. Whenever it attacks while saddled, put a counter on it. So I could wait to use the blowout, hopefully. So remove 2 counters, destroy target artifact. So if I play this, they saddle this up, attack, remove 2 counters from it, kill my artifact, and move on with their life. That seems very annoying. So this also isn't very good, but at least it doesn't just like straight up on board kill me. Does that also start your engines? Why do they have it started? Oh, the raceway. Alright, so we're just going to lose to a super aggro start here, it looks like. And, guess I'll play the engineer. It double blocks well enough. Gosh, the aggressive decks in this format are just super annoyingly scary. Okay, so they've got a trick. Clearly can't block. I guess next turn I could diversion unit and like counter that trick. I don't know. Down comes District Mascot again. The tortoise unfortunately won't get me a treasure. I could play Aetherhive and Thornwood Falls. We know they have some sort of combat trick here. Then next turn I could play Tortoise and Unit and hold up Unit. Sure, or I could even just activate one of these, make it a 3/5, make a 1/1 here. Hopefully they don't have artifact removal. There is a 1 in a red, kill an artifact with cycling, I think. Yeah, in it comes, sure. I mean, clearly they have some sort of trick here, but like, if I crew and block, they're just gonna kill this thing somehow. So do I double block here? Or just take 5? Take 5, I guess? I don't know. Am I gonna die now? No? Okay, they had it anyway. Alright, Loot, are you gonna do... Gosh, if I don't have 2 red, so I can't even exhaust Loot next turn with Lightning Strike. I could exhaust Loot and draw 3 cards next turn. I could also just play Diversion Unit, play the Tortoise, and then just hold everything up to block and hope it all works. Next turn I could actually use Loot and hope that they go for some sort of combat trick before Loot comes down. Oh, that was... I just ran into the exact same issue with District Mascot here. Same thing I told myself I wouldn't run into earlier. So before blocks, they could just kill my Ticket Tortoise. So I guess I could do this. Clearly they have something waiting in hand. Hopefully it doesn't give trample is all I could say. So maybe I could do this, and then if they go for an instant or sorcery, I could use Diversion Unit to counter it. Let's try this. They could also remove the counters to kill the Ticket Tortoise from the Mascot here. Which would save it, but... Okay, kill the unit. And then also have something else? No? Okay. Things die. There we go. Lightning Strike. Alright, Loot, you're gonna have to do some work here. What do you have prior? Oh, just giving something. Haste. Sure, let's do this. And now I get to draw 3. And if I really need to, I could exhaust to cast a Lightning Strike, but I hope I don't need to do that. Yeah. That's good. Gives it haste. Sure. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, I guess I just... No blocks here. Go to 1, because 1 is not 0. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. They can't exhaust this next turn. So what if I just play Engineer, hold up Interference and Lightning Strike here? And also Lightning Bolt. Okay, go ahead. And there we go. Lightning strike to the face. That will do it. Yeah, Lightning Strike is a very good card, in case you didn't know that. Yeah, Loot would have been nice to show up a little bit more often in this draft. Gosh, going against these aggro decks, it could be pretty darn annoying over the course of this format. I mean, I started by building a deck that was not aggressive. You know, we'll take 4 wins in our first draft here, though. I don't think it was very good. I don't think Blue was very good. But Loot was great. The one time we got to do something with it, even though we still lost. The barrages are good, strikes. I mean, interference is fine. Engineer was like, whatever. This is just still too slow in this format. I mean, it's a 1-mana, it's a 2-mana 1/3 flyer, but like, you know, your opponent plays the 4/4, and you're like, well, okay, I guess I just die. But either way, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you will enjoy the life of this format on the channel, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.